Hey guys, I'm LYZABETH Lopez, registered holistic nutritionist and master trainer, and today I'm here with Casey. Casey is a personal trainer and she's also a longtime Hourglass girl with super sexy legs and booty, and we've added some size and some muscle and all that kind of stuff. And today that's what we're going to show you. So we're going to talk about adding size to the hamstrings and the bum, the posterior chain, without adding size this way, okay, which for Casey, actually, because she's a slimmer girl, it will still look nice, but for someone like me, not as cute. So this video is going to be one of the best videos if you want to add size to your bum and to your hamstring this way. So we're going to show you the hip thrust, and we're going to show you right from the home version right to one of the most intense versions, all in one video. So we're going to show banded, we're going to show stability ball, we're going to show with benches, we're going to show with barbells, we're going to show with Olympic bars, all the way through, showing technique and form, and Casey's going to be our model, and here we go. So we're going to show the first version. I'm going to bring a stability ball, which a lot of you guys will have. Some people call them gymnastic balls, and we're going to get activated. But we're gonna do a bit of activation with you. So choose a band, Casey.
Take the blue one.
Okay, she's gonna take the blue. We've got a light, a medium, and a heavy. Casey would usually do heavy, but because we're doing a video, we don't want her to die, because sometimes I just hold people in one spot. It's not very nice of me, but I think it's pretty funny. So she's gonna just come down. And what we wanna do is we wanna have her feet just wide enough that she's got tension on the band even when she's not pushing open what she's about to do. So her feet, are you feeling the tension? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what she's gonna do now is she's going to drive her hips up, and as she drives them up, she's also gonna drive her knees open and hold this. So what she's doing right now is she's activating the entire gluteus maximus by doing the hip extension, which is this motion from here to here is hip extension, and she's flexing, but she's also driving her knees open against this band, which is also causing to her work her gluteus medius, or the side of her bum. So everything is getting very engaged right now, and I'm gonna surprise her, and I'm gonna give her, come on back up again, I'm gonna give her a little sucker punch. And why did I do that? Because her core must be engaged while she's doing this to make sure that her lower back is safe and protected. So go up and down for a few of these. So as she keeps driving up, she's gonna flex open. Now, whether you're doing this on a ball or a bench, I like starting with these, and she can even, dun, 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 where is it? Where is it? I got a kettlebell, there it is. She can even add weight to this. And I would say do a few unweighted first, just to feel the flex. Now what she's gonna do is she's gonna add that to her hip, and now we're adding weight, and you wanna have a little bit more weight to add size to the bum, okay? So that progressive overload where we're slowly making it more and more challenging. So this is if you don't have a bar at home, you can use a kettlebell. How's that feel?
Great.
We're feeling the flex?
I feel the flex.
Woo! Sure. Okay, so this is the home version. We're gonna bring a bench over now. I'm gonna show you more of a gym version, or if you have a bench at home, then it can still be a home version. You ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Okay, so generally when you're doing a hip thrust, it is hip extension. So she's gonna push her hips back, and she's gonna bring them forward and flex her glutes together while keeping a neutral spine and a strong core. Okay, so that is the general movement in the hip thrusted position. Now, if someone is still feeling their lower back when doing that, they might need to engage their core a little stronger, and they might need to go a slight bit more into a posterior pelvic tilt. So if you see where she is right now, all she's doing is a slight tuck under, okay, of the glute, which is gonna also engage her core a little bit more, and this might help most people when they try that, all of a sudden, their back doesn't hurt anymore. Let's go up into position. Now, one thing I want you to look at right now is where the bench is connecting or contacting her back, okay? So if we move your arms out of the way, just so they can kind of narrow in a little bit, I like it to be kind of right below the scapula, roughly. So kind of like if you're a lady, maybe like where that bottom of your bra strap is, okay? If you're a guy, just kind of below those kind of chicken bone looking things, which are your scapulas. Okay, so as she goes into hip flexion, so as she drops her hips down, her spine stays in neutral, okay, and you can see where she's connecting right there. Some people, you can go a little bit lower as well if that feels good. I'm gonna show you what not to do now, and this is what I see in classes often, and I'm correcting all day long. Here are my pet peeves. 1, can you show it where you keep your head and neck on? So go up into hip extension. Good, and now just arch your back and drop your hips. Yeah, this is what I see loaded with a hip and come back up again. This is what I see often. Please don't do that. Please make sure your spine is in neutral. Let's show what neutral is again. So come all the way up. We've got a natural curve in the spine, just like when she's standing up and when she drops her hips her head, good, and shoulders come up, and everything stays in neutral. So that is the, yeah, woo, woo, woo. Walk down until the bench is just kind of below your neck. Okay, even a little bit lower. I see a lot of people and they're doing it here, okay, and they come down and come back up, and it's way too high. See how it's kind of like right at the top of the shoulder blades, like almost sitting on her shoulders. A lot of people are way up here. That's not comfortable, and once you add a load, if we're trying to get to what she's gonna do, which is 165, that's not gonna be good. So those are our no-nos. Some options to pad the bar a little bit is if you're hardcore, you can go with nothing. I use a towel, that's my comfort zone. Even when I do like 300 pounds, I just like a towel. So I do that and I just wrap it up, and that's my happy place. Some people like to use squat pads. You can get them all over the internet. So that's a squat pad right there. Just make sure when you get in that this is facing up, okay? The last one, this is a really big mat. Some people get really small mats and they'll just place this on their hips and then put the bar on top. So, you know, you can see whatever's comfortable for you. I know Casey likes this guy here, so she's gonna plop that guy on. Okay, so she's safely standing up with a neutral spine like a deadlift. Okay, and then she's going to make sure the pad is facing up, because if it doesn't, as she sits down, it's gonna pop right off of her. Okay, now here's the next point. She's got the bench in the right position. Now, when she comes up, and go ahead, here's the next part now that we've got a bar happening here, and I'm gonna get you to hold. This is why we're going a little light for her, because she knows she's gonna be holding as we talk. We don't want it sitting right on the pelvis. We all know where that is. I don't need to show you, okay? You don't want it on your pelvis bone, whether you're a girl or a guy. Very painful. A lot of people will have it right there, and that's their comfort zone, and then come back down again. And some people will push it away and have it sit just at the top of the thighs. Whatever you do, not on it. Now the next thing, another reason that I gave her a slightly lighter weight for her, which is 70, because we're gonna show some time under tension, is how long it takes to get up, the hold, and how long we lower. So we're gonna do 1 second up, we're gonna do 2 second hold, and we're gonna do 2 seconds down. There you go. So it is explode up, hold 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, come down, controlled 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. She's gonna continue on that on her own. The reason I like this is glutes do well with explosive movement. They're the largest muscle, they're huge muscle, okay? And they respond well to explosives. So we're gonna explode up, we're gonna hit the flex, we're gonna hold that flex, which is right there, and then we're gonna control the eccentric down, which is a great area to get more muscle. And I feel, especially in the hamstring, I feel I get really good hamstring development on that slow control. Let's do another one. Okay, so now let's go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna go 1 second up, 3 second hold, 1 second down. So we're gonna focus on the flex, and really through that entire flex. Now you're gonna get deeper and deeper and deeper into the squeeze, and then just come down. Okay, so our whole focus is on the squeeze. So it almost becomes isometric. That hold, how does that feel?
I feel it.
Okay, so our whole focus right now is just that squeeze. I would do this with a lightweight, because some people find it hard to connect and squeeze really hard when they're doing something like this in Olympics. So this is something I would do with a lighter barbell, or sometimes even with nothing, or just bands. Let's do one final time under tension. Let's do 1 and 1. So we're just going up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now this is an awesome burnout. You can do this at the end. See, they all feel different, right?
Yeah.
Every single one feel. Which was your favorite?
I think the 1 second up, hold at the top, and then down on one.
Okay, oh, okay, I like
Yeah,
that.
I like the isometric.
There you
So
go,
I
we
feel
like that
I can
isometric.
squeeze.
Okay, so now this is also equally important. She's gonna show how to get out of it safely, because I've seen some horrible things that are just gonna destroy your knees for how people get out of this. They just like worm themselves out with 100 pounds. So she's safely wiggled up, she sat down, and she deadlifted properly off. So here's how the Olympic bar goes. She's got her pad again to make sure that this doesn't get bruised. So she's gonna sit down in front of the bench, and she's gonna put her feet underneath, and she's now just gonna roll it towards her. And while she's doing that, what she's doing is she's making sure the center of the bar, let's just take the pad off for a second, just so you see the center bar. The center of the bar, which is right here, it's always marked by little grids, is right in line with her belly button, because the lever, it's very long, so we wanna make sure that it doesn't, teeter-totter on her, which will work her core as well, but it's not really the goal. Okay, so again, that stays facing up, and she's gonna slowly just start to jiggle in with her feet until she's comfortable. Yep, and she's gonna ease up, and slowly get herself into correct position, and now she can begin her hip thrust. Now this is 165 pounds that she's doing right now. I think her max was just over 200?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, so we've maxed out just over 200, and she's only started this, well, 4 months ago maybe?
Probably.
With the heavier weights, so
Yeah.
about 4 months, she slowly worked her way. 3 months maybe, from probably 60 pounds up to over 200 pounds. So that's a pretty good progression in a short amount of time. And you can see her hamstrings are looking great. They're shaking a little bit, which means they're working. She's choosing her own time under tension, you can see, which looks like she's chosen about an explosive up, a little bit of a hold, and
like 3 down.
yeah, and about 3 down. So that's, I like that one too. You'll kind of stick to the one you like the best, but it is good to mix it up. Overall, that was the hip thrust, favorite exercise for overall size development of the posterior chain as far as the glutes and the hamstrings. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. We do put out videos every single week on fitness and health and nutrition and all that kind of good stuff. So tune in, subscribe below, like, share with your friends, and if you leave a comment, I do check them out. So let me know what you'd like to see next. Peace out, guys. Bye.